I have to get the head.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Citizen JV, and today I want to talk about the utilization of the tools in Assassin's Creed Mirage. For what I've been seeing in numerous videos from other YouTubers like Shirako or like any others like Joe Raptor and vice versa, but what I want to do here is I believe that I was watching Joe Raptor with Luke Stevens the other day and how they were explaining the reasons of the tools that you use, and they say that they're OP. Well, here's one thing I'm going to tell you, is that the tools in any Assassin's Creed are always going to be OP. And to my understanding is that there's a reason why they are OP, because they are the most pivotal and full essential of an assassin. That is one of the greatest things, what I love about this series as a whole, from the, from the first ones to, even like the Ezio trilogy and Black Flag or Rogue or vice versa. But what I'm trying to get to here is that I feel like I'm kind of refuting this a little bit, because I feel like that a lot of people are saying, well, even like Joe Raptor or Luke Stevenson, they're saying it's like, well, they're too OP. But that's the point, because you're an assassin, right? And when it comes to Mirage, I really feel like I think Mirage is going to utilize those specific tools of being that proper assassin. That's another thing what I'm really loving about what I've been seeing so far in the Mirage demos or previews that we've been getting for the past few days of this week. And so it's just like, I feel like that I don't think it's really...
On what business?
I have a hard time understanding is why they think that they're too OP, like I said, but they're supposed to. And I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but I just want to get this out there, because that is the essential, pivotal, important thing when it comes to being an assassin. I felt like when I came to even the first one never really had any smoke bombs, if I remember correctly, but from AC2 to Brotherhood and Revelations and Black Flag and even Mirage, it's like you're supposed to have these tools to utilize your pivotal assassin, no matter which assassin that you play as, whether if it's Basim or Ezio or Edward Kenway from Black Flag or Shay Cormac or Arno Dorian from Unity. It's just that, it's the reason why we have these tools in the first place, and that's why I feel like, having these utilizations of these tools that we are supposed to use, because we are an assassin, right? And am I harping on this maybe a little too much? Not really. I think I'm just trying to put my point across, is because when I heard this ridiculous nonsense of the tools in Mirage being overpowered. But like I said, I know I'm going back to this and I'm repeating myself, and so my apologies on this, but they're supposed to be, because especially when it comes to Mirage, I think it's going to be a lot more benefit for a type of combat scenario or situations in the game. And that's what I've been seeing though too, because I've been seeing other YouTubers play this game, not on a live stream, but, not showing their face, but showing the gameplay that they've been utilizing the game with through a stream service from Ubisoft and playing in their own home on their PC. And so it's to be understanding that, I understand to where they're coming from as to the utilizations of these tools, but I just think that, I think it's silly, and it's a very kind of a stupid take to have, to saying, well, they're too OP. But like I said again, I know I'm repeating myself, they're supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that in Mirage specifically, because I don't think that they were necessarily OP in the previous titles that we've had in the previous past. But I think in Mirage, they're supposed to be overpowered, because, Basim is a more humble and more nimble assassin than from what, like Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2 to Brotherhood and Revelations. And, though the tools in those games were quite overpowered as well. But I think when it comes to Mirage, I just think that it's utterly important to know that the tools in this game are supposed to be overpowered because Basim is more, like I said, he is more of a humble and nimble assassin. He is not meant to be a tank from Eivor in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Doesn't matter if you play as female Eivor or male Eivor, it's all the same from Valhalla. But that's where I feel like when it comes to Basim, he is that nimble character. He is that nimble assassin. He does not have that. He does not have a higher strength capability of going into the fray and like that with his weapons and everything. And so it makes more sense to me, in my personal opinion. But it is what it is. And so it's like, I just think that another thing I would like to say is that I really think that people are harping on so many things that are possibly negative about this game to most people or fans out there. But I get it. We're all afraid of what this game is going to entail or what it's going to do of being a game for itself and how far this game is going to go in terms of what it wants to do for most fans. And what I'm trying to get to here is the fact that I think a lot of people are really just... I get the fact that we have been in a massive stint when it comes to the Assassin's Creed games that we've had in the past few years, and it's understandable. I get it. But it's just like what I'm trying to get to here as well is that I think a lot of people are just... what I'm trying to get to is that we're really... It's like you're really holding a grudge against the game that's not even out yet, and that's pretty much what it is. I think that's the most important thing to know or to think about, that, like I said, the game's not out yet. We don't have this games in our hands yet, whether if you're on PC or on console, and I just think that it's utterly stupid or utterly silly to think that this game is not what we're all cracked up what it's all cracked up to be of a game as it is. But like I said, it's my own personal opinion, of course, but I might get some flack from this, but at the same time, it's just like, I really don't care because I really have nothing to lose. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. And so that's why I'm saying it's like, I'm being thoroughly honest about this. I think it's just silly. It's really silly that a lot of people are judging this game of what we've been seeing, and like I said, I get it. I understand it. I'm the same exact way, but in all honesty, I'm just a huge fan of the series, and I think that Mirage is just going to do something that we probably, maybe, possibly all wanted from a game like this, and I think Mirage is really going to do just that. I mean, even though that it's not really like 100% back to its original roots, but there is some core elements into it, and I think that's the only thing that makes me more invested in this game, because like I said in my previous video, as of yesterday, I don't want to revert back to that representation of always repeating myself. So, too much further ado, this is Citizen JV. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Any comments or questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. We'd be more than happy to reply back if and whenever possible. And you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.